Welcome back to the deep dive. We're plunging headfirst into, well, one of the fastest moving areas out there right now, artificial intelligence.
It really does feel like light speed sometimes, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, you blink and there's a new lawsuit, a new breakthrough, robots doing dishes even. It's touching every part of our lives, it seems.
Yeah, the pace is just relentless.
So today, our mission really is to cut through some of that noise. We want to unpack the intense competition that's driving all this innovation.
And highlight some of the truly mind-bending tech that's emerging, stuff that might already be closer than you think.
Exactly. And then explore the big societal questions too. You know, the future of work, how we learn, all of it.
Hmm?
Our goal is simple. Distill the key stuff from the latest reports, maybe reveal a few surprising facts, and give you some clear takeaways to help navigate this pretty pivotal moment in AI.
Sounds like a plan. It's
Yeah.
a huge topic.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Right. So where do we start? It's an arena where, I mean, every single move counts, right? Every lawsuit, every product launch. It just shifts the whole landscape.
Yeah, the stakes feel incredibly high, not just for the companies, but like you said, for all of us.
Definitely.
And when we talk high stakes, got to start with the rivalries, I think. We've seen this really dramatic legal fight break out, right? Elon Musk's XAI suing a former employee, Shu-Chin Lee.
The accusation is pretty serious.
Yeah, alleging he stole, quote, our entire code base and took confidential info straight to OpenAI. Musk himself said he accepted an offer at OpenAI and then uploaded our entire code base.
That is crazy if true.
Wow, that's about as direct as it gets.
It really is. It's not just some corporate spat, is it? That throws a spotlight on how sensitive this IP is. Maybe that fiery personal rivalry, too.
Yeah, the Musk versus OpenAI dynamic is definitely a factor. But what does a public fight like this really signal about the value of that IP?
That's the key question, isn't it? I think it tells us that this foundational IP, like an entire code base, is just seen as absolutely critical for market dominance. Companies will go to, well, pretty extreme lengths to protect it.
Right. It shows the strategic importance.
Exactly. And that kind of intensity, it pushes other players to get, let's say, creative with their own strategies.
Yes.
Playing 4D chess, maybe?
4D chess. I like that. Who's playing it? Give us an example.
Well, look at Microsoft. Huge investment in OpenAI, very close partners.
Right. Everyone knows that partnership.
But crucially, they're also developing their own foundation models. Big general-purpose AI systems. They just launched MAI Voice 1 for like super expressive voice generation.
Okay.
And MAI1 Preview, a text model trained on, get this, 15,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs.
15,000? Wow.
Yeah. And Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO, he basically said OpenAI has grander plans to essentially compete with a lot of what Microsoft does today. So Microsoft needs its own independent push.
So Nadella's basically saying we need our own lifeboat, even if we're on the same ship. That's fascinating.
It is. It's about reducing dependency, even on your closest ally.
But does that fragmentation, everyone building their own thing, does that slow down overall progress? Or does the competition actually speed it up?
You know, it's probably a bit of both, but I lean towards acceleration.
Really?
Yeah, that fierce internal and external competition pushes everyone to innovate faster, find efficiencies.
Yeah.
You get redundancy, sure, but also maybe unique approaches you wouldn't otherwise see.
Okay, that makes sense. But it clearly takes massive amounts of cash.
Oh, absolutely. Which brings us neatly to the money flooding into this space.
Right. And speaking of money and grand plans, let's talk Anthropic. Their growth is just nuts.
Rocket ship trajectory is probably the right phrase.
Seriously. They just closed a, $13 billion Series F round, valuing them at $183 billion.
Astronomical numbers.
And their revenue run rate, it went from about $1 billion to $5 billion. In 8 months.
Yeah, that kind of scaling is almost unheard of.
But there's a catch, maybe. New policies coming with that growth. They're now training models on user chat transcripts, though there's an opt-out by September 28th, and keeping data for 5 years.
Right. And that tells you something crucial about the AI business model, doesn't it?
What's the insight there?
It's that data isn't just fuel, it's like a strategic weapon. There's a trade-off happening. You get these incredible capabilities, but often it means, well, renegotiating user privacy. It's about owning the data advantage.
So more data, better models, faster growth, but potentially less privacy unless you actively opt out.
That seems to be the trend. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, Google's recent antitrust win is pretty relevant here.
Yes, the antitrust case. Remind us what happened there.
So the ruling let Google keep control of Chrome and Android, and crucially, its default search status on Apple devices.
Okay.
And the takeaway is that this is seen as really good news for the, quote, well-capitalized players dominating the AI market.
Because it entrenches their position.
Pretty much. The judge even pointed to OpenAI, Anthropic, and Perplexity as proof the market is competitive. But significantly, the ruling also, quote, reopens the M&A pipeline.
Meaning more acquisitions.
Yeah. Expectations are for more sub-$1 billion acquisitions and acqui-hires. So the big guys get stronger, but they also get more opportunities to snap up smaller, innovative startups.
So it's a double-edged sword, strengthens the giants, but maybe creates exit opportunities for smaller players.
Precisely. It's definitely a high-stakes game, like you said. Every move counts.
Now, this competition, it's not just cash and code, is it? It's ecosystems, it's talent. Apple seems to be making a big play now.
They are. Apple, usually a bit more guarded, is integrating an AI answer engine into Siri, supposedly launching with iOS 26.4 in March.
An answer engine? What does that mean?
It means Siri could tap into your personal data, process what's on your screen, handle voice navigation, much more integrated.
Right. And partnerships. Who are they talking to?
Deep discussions reportedly happened with OpenAI, Google for Gemini, Anthropic for Claude. Signs are apparently pointing to them working with Gemini.
Interesting. Why Gemini, potentially?
Cost might be a big factor. Anthropic was reportedly asking for north of $1.5 billion a year, and that price would apparently go up each year.
Wow, $1.5 billion a year just for the model access.
Seems like it. And meanwhile, Apple's also losing some key AI talent to places like Meta. It just shows how fierce the talent war is alongside the model costs.
It's a constant battle on multiple fronts. And speaking of talent, OpenAI is making a really surprising move, right? Getting into the jobs market itself.
Yeah, it's fascinating. They launched a jobs platform and certification programs. The goal, upskill 10 million Americans in AI fluency by 2030.
10 million? That's ambitious.
Hugely. It positions OpenAI almost as a, quote, solution provider for workers displaced by AI, which, interestingly, puts them in direct competition with
LinkedIn, which is owned by Microsoft, their biggest partner.
Exactly. It's a bold move. They're also buying companies like Statsig that was $1.1 billion for developer tools and adding ChatGPT features for things like mental health support and parental controls.
They really want ChatGPT to be everywhere, doing everything.
That seems to be the ambition, broadening the scope massively.
It's clear all these players, big and small, are making moves that shape the tools you listening might use every day, like XAI offering Grok for free, boosting usage. Access is key.
Or Atlassian buying the browser company for $610 million. Even the browser is seen as an AI battleground now.
It really touches everything. We actually heard from a listener, Matthew, who had a great practical example.
Oh, yeah.
He used Google's Notebook LM. He fed it YouTube videos from specific business experts he admired, along with his own business info.
Okay.
Then he asked Notebook LM to basically act like those experts and give him free consulting analysis based on his data.
Ah, that's clever. Using the AI to channel specific expertise.
Yeah, he said it really helped them refine how they present ideas and solve problems internally. A real-world use case born from this competition.
That's a perfect example.
So we've seen the corporate chess game, the money, the talent wars. But what about the tech itself? What are some of the really mind-bending innovations all this is actually producing?
Yeah, let's shift to the actual breakthroughs, because some of this stuff is genuinely changing what our devices can do right now.
What's caught your eye?
Well, one of the biggest leaps, I think, is on the device you might be holding. Apple's new Fast VLM. It's a vision language model.
Okay.
That's reportedly 85 times faster, 3 times smaller, and powerful enough to run smoothly on a MacBook Pro.
85 times faster. Hold on. That's not just faster. That's transformative.
It really is. It's a game changer for how we interact with AI in real time.
How does it manage that? What's the trick?
It's clever about how it processes images. It uses significantly fewer data points, or tokens, for high-res images. That basically kills the lag, the waiting time before the AI responds, what engineers call time to first token, or TTST.
Ah, so it gets the first word out much quicker, makes it feel more like a conversation.
Exactly. And it enables real-time understanding of text and images right there on consumer hardware, not in the cloud, on your device. It uses a hybrid vision encoder, some smart downsampling, makes it incredibly nimble.
Wow. Faster, smarter seeing on my laptop or phone. That's huge for usability.
It really is. And Apple's not alone here. Google DeepMind has EmbeddingGemma.
Gemma, okay.
Yeah,
What's special about that one?
It's a text embedding model, about 300 million parameters, designed specifically for mobile-first AI.
Mobile first, so efficient.
Super efficient. Runs with as little as 300 megabytes of RAM. And crucially, it processes data on device, meaning your sensitive user data never leaves the device. Huge for privacy. Plus, it enables offline use for things like semantic search, understanding the meaning behind your search across your local documents in over 100 languages.
So my phone could search through all my notes and documents, understand what I'm asking for without leading internet and keeping my stuff private.
That's the idea. Powerful stuff for privacy and just pure accessibility.
It really opens up new frontiers. Okay, so efficiency is huge. What about just raw new capabilities? I heard Microsoft has an AI that's scary good at math.
Yeah, the RSR2 agent. It's a 14 billion parameter model, which is big, but not enormous by today's standards.
Right.
But it apparently beat a 671 billion parameter model on math reasoning.
Whoa. So much smaller model, much better results in a specific complex task.
Exactly. Shows incredible efficiency and specialized intelligence. It's not always about being the biggest. Sometimes it's about smarter design for the task.
A proper math whiz AI. What about the creative side? Generating audio, visuals.
Also seeing some amazing leaps there. There's an open source thing from China, Hunan Video Folly.
Okay.
It's an end-to-end text video to audio framework. Basically, you give it text and video, and it generates incredibly realistic audio to match.
How realistic.
Like reflecting the physics in the video.
Yeah.
It mentions the crack of the skateboard wheels hitting the concrete. It aligns with the visual dynamics, the context. Almost spooky how well it bridges sight and sound.
That's incredible. And real-time visuals. I saw something from Korea AI.
Yeah, that demo where users could like move a fish or a flower on screen,
Yeah.
and it generated realistic animated versions instantly, like a living Photoshop happening right there.
Wild. And then there's DeepSeek working on a self-improving agent.
Right. Agentic capabilities, that's the buzzword.
Meaning it can do more than just follow orders.
Exactly. It can plan, execute multi-step tasks on its own, and this is key, learn from its own actions to get better over time, without constant human hand-holding. They're aiming for a Q4 release. That's one to watch.
Learning from experience. That feels like a significant step towards more autonomous AI.
It really is. A leap from just executing commands to something closer to independent learning and problem solving.
It's easy to get lost in the digital side, but the physical world stuff is just as mind-blowing. That figure robot doing chores.
Yes, the figure robot doing the dishes, the delicate hand movements.
Yeah.
It was genuinely impressive.
Compared to even a year ago, the improvement seems massive.
It really illustrates how fast physical robotics, when combined with AI, is advancing.
Seeing it stack dishes makes you wonder if dishwashers have limited time left.
Maybe.
Are we talking decades for household robots like that, or could it be closer?
You know, the capability seems to be accelerating faster than many predicted. Mass adoption, cost, reliability, that's still a way off.
Yeah.
But the potential is clearly getting closer.
But it's not all smooth sailing, right? There are legal challenges, too.
Definitely. Like Warner Bros. Suing Midjourney over copyright, alleging unauthorized use of Superman, Batman. As AI gets better at creating, the questions around ownership and IP just get more complex.
Yeah, that seems inevitable. These breakthroughs are making AI more powerful, more accessible, maybe already on a device in your hand, but they really bring us crashing into the human element, don't they?
Absolutely. The impact on work, learning, policy, that's where the rubber really meets the road.
So let's talk jobs. How is AI reshaping the workplace right now?
It's happening fast. The interesting shift is, historically, automation hit making jobs manufacturing, right? Now it's the thinking jobs, doctors, lawyers, accountants. They're seen as potentially most at risk.
Yeah.
They're complex cognitive tasks or things AI is getting good at replicating.
Okay, so thinking jobs are vulnerable. What about other types?
Well, caring jobs, childcare, elder care, nursing, seem less susceptible. The argument is the essence of caring jobs as humans, empathy, touch, complex social interaction, is much harder for AI to replace.
So human connection becomes a premium skill.
It seems that way. Which means the message for everyone listening is the need for versatility, adaptability, and just continuous learning. You have to be ready to pivot.
If thinking jobs are at risk and caring jobs, while essential, often don't pay as well, what does that mean for people's livelihoods? What's the value proposition for human workers?
That's the multi-trillion-dollar question, isn't it? The value increasingly seems to lie in those uniquely human skills. Creativity, critical thinking in novel situations, complex problem-solving, emotional intelligence, leadership, Collaboration.
Okay. And policy responses. Is anything gaining traction?
Universal basic income, UBI, is definitely part of the conversation more now.
Why UBI specifically?
The argument goes, if AI takes many high-paying thinking jobs, and the remaining caring jobs will not be paying all that much, then UBI could be a way to ensure basic economic stability for everyone. It's a fundamental rethink.
A rethink forced by the technology. Wow. And this feeds right into education, doesn't it? AI tutoring is being pushed, but is it a good thing?
It's definitely a double-edged sword. On one side, you have the promise of personalized learning, tailored to every student, revolutionizing education, potentially.
But the downside?
Critics worry it might just make getting that A+ easier without real learning. There's this concern about cognitive offloading.
Cognitive offloading, like letting the machine do the thinking.
Pretty much. Students effectively relinquishing their cognitive powers to a machine. Educators are pushing back, saying AI needs productive resistance. It should challenge students, not just hand them answers.
Make them think harder.
Exactly. And there's data backing this concern. A study showed professionals using ChatGPT reported putting less effort into cognition, comprehension, synthesis, analysis, evaluation.
Less mental effort. That doesn't sound good long term.
It leads to this idea of intellectual descaling, an atrophy of human critical thinking faculties. Some argue that's actually a more dangerous outcome than AI making stuff up, hallucinations.
Losing our ability to think critically because we rely on AI too much. That's a chilling thought.
It really is. What does this mean for your career, your kids' education? How do we ensure we're truly learning, not just getting answers? Big questions for all of us.
Huge questions. And as AI gets woven into everything, ethics and regulation become paramount. One practical step seems to be content labeling.
Yeah, transparency seems key. We're seeing Chinese social media companies have started rolling out labels for AI content. The push is to make that a global standard. If something is AI, it should be labeled as such.
Seems like common sense, really. Helps people know what they're looking at.
Exactly. Builds trust, or at least awareness.
And politically, are governments tackling things like bias in AI?
They're trying.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely discussions about ideologically biased AI. The U.S. administration, for instance, has policy pillars aiming to ban the federal government from buying ideologically biased or woke AI. The focus is on ensuring truth, fairness, and impartiality.
Defining and ensuring impartiality must be incredibly difficult, though.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge challenge in practice.
And on the global stage, the U.S. seems determined to lead.
Very much so. The Trump administration made it clear. The United States will lead the world in artificial intelligence, period. Full stop.
Strong words. What's the strategy behind that?
It involves things like cutting unnecessary regulation, developing an AI action plan, executive orders to help build data centers, promote AI exports, and a big focus on preparing our youth for that AI-driven economy. It's seen as crucial for national competitiveness.
Investing in people as well as tech. Makes sense. And amidst all this competition and policy, AI is actually doing some amazing things for good, right? Especially in healthcare.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
There are some genuinely positive applications emerging, like the CME AI system.
What does that do?
It detects eye-opening in comatose patients, and it does it 4.1 days earlier than clinicians, and it detects it more often.
4 days earlier. That could be life-changing.
Potentially, yes. And the assessment is there's no downside to it as long as it's led by a human medical practitioner. It's augmenting human skill, providing critical info faster, more consistently.
That's incredible. A real human benefit, offering hope. It shows how this tech, guided properly, can be profoundly positive.
It really underscores that balance pushing innovation while managing the risks and ensuring it serves humanity.
So what does this all mean? We've covered so much ground, the sheer speed, the high-stakes corporate battles, the mind-bending tech.
And the profound impact on everything. Jobs, learning, even policy trying to catch up.
Right. AI isn't just some abstract tech anymore, is it? It's a force actively reshaping our reality.
No question about it.
And it feels vital for all of us, for you listening, to stay informed, to engage with these topics, think critically about how AI fits into your life.
Yeah, absolutely. Which actually brings up an important question to maybe leave people with.
Go for it.
If we keep offloading our thinking, our learning to AI, if we rely on it to get the A+A or make the decision, who does AI really help in the long run? Does it enhance our own abilities, or do we just become dependent?
Who does AI really help if we end up depending on it for learning rather than learning with it? That's definitely something to mull over.
Something to think about as we all navigate this brave new world.